I'm Heather. Thanks for joining me for this Friday Feel Good Flow. You can do this practice anytime. It doesn't have to be on a Friday, but with the intention to just really loosen up and warm up our whole body and get you feeling great for the rest of the day. So today's class, we are going to start in a standing position in the mountain, and I'm going to rock a little bit back and forth. So if you want to rock from the front of your foot to the back of your foot, just waking them up, starting to feel that connection a little bit better. You can also rock from the outside of your foot. So I'm lifting up the inside and rolling towards the center again. Finding that even distribution here from the front to the back. We're going to roll the shoulders a few times. So slowly moving them around. You can also bring more of a loose quality to your legs. You might even, as you start, you might bend and straighten through your legs. Notice your breath more. Deepen it. Let's roll the shoulders in the opposite direction. You can move outwards through the arms with those circles. Good. Just feel a little bit looser in your body. You can flow your arms back and forth a few times. So on the exhalation, let's just do a little bit of movement forward with the arms, a little rounding of your back as you inhale, opening, pulling your arms slightly back, opening your chest. Do this a few more times. Incorporate breath to movement. A slower, deeper breath in, opening, exhale out. 2 more times like this. Good. And we'll come back up, straightening right through your whole upper body here. And we'll roll the head a few times from side to side. And I'm just doing a half roll, whatever feels good for you. Starting to loosen up there. And then you can slowly, as you roll your head to one side, actually lift your chin, look over that shoulder. And then slowly roll back down towards center. Roll your chin to, chin to the other side, look over your shoulder. Good, slowly come back to center. Now we're just gonna stand for a moment here in the mountain. Bring your arms out a little bit wider, palms facing forward. Starting to connect more deeply to your breath. As you inhale, deep and sink it all the way down to your belly. Fill up your lungs with fresh nourishment. Exhale and release. We can release out with a sigh and continue to flow like this with your breath. Inhaling. Nice big breath in and exhaling to release. Good. One more big breath like that. Good. This time as you inhale, we're going to fill up all the way down to the belly. We're going to feel then the belly, the breath start to rise up into the middle, widening the ribs, and then finally up into the chest. We'll go belly, middle, chest with the breath. And release it all out from the top down. 2 more like that. This is called Durga Pranayam, or 3-part breath. And exhale. It's like a wave coming in, and it feels like it's coming in from the bottom, even though it's not. And releasing from top down. Good. Awesome. And then we're going to begin to swing the arms a little bit. So for this one, if you want to widen your feet apart, And just free flow those arms. And you don't have to match what I'm doing exactly. Again, just tune into your own body and do what feels good. When I'm coming back to center, I'm bending my knees just to slow it down a little bit, slow motion, straightening as I bring my arms back. See if that feels good for you. And flow as slowly or as quickly as it feels right. Keep breathing. Keep moving your body. Helping to loosen up, also helping to boost your circulation and energy flow here. We'll do this a couple more times on each side. And then slowly release. You might straighten your legs, swing your arms just a little bit from side to side, coming back to center. And then we're gonna bend and straighten the legs. And bend, inhale, and straighten on the exhale. And bend and straighten. We'll do that 2 more times. Like we're coming into a chair pose. We're just not holding it. We're coming right back up, firming through the feet, using the strength of your legs. Good. This time, bending your knees. And then as you exhale, stay in that half forward bend, starting to stretch out through the backs of your legs, through your lengthening out through your back there. Holding for 1 more breath. Okay, and then come back to this pose. Chair pose, slowly come up, reach through your arms. And exhale to release. Good, 2 more breaths with the arms reaching up. On the inhale and on the exhale, releasing back down. 1 more like that. Okay, then we're going to come back down. Maybe bring the feet a little bit closer together. I'm going to slide the hands just above the knees. And this time we're going to draw circles with the knees. All right, so we're going to start off with smaller circles and gradually you can make them a little bit bigger and wider. And then we're going to flow in the opposite direction. Start with smaller circles and gradually widen out. Make sure this is feeling good. Okay. And then slowly come back to center, feeling through your legs. Maybe feeling a little bit more connection to your legs and your feet. Taking another deep breath in and sighing your breath out. Good. Breathing in, reaching your arms all the way up. If you'd like to look up, you can. Exhale. With your arms now, we're going to fold into a full forward bend. If you need to, if you find your body really tight here, you can halfway up. On the inhale, exhale to sink. Okay. You can also find a real nice sway with your upper body from side to side. Arms nice and loose here, your head and neck loose. You can almost draw like a figure 8 pattern with your arms together. Okay, and then we're going to slowly come back up, but plant your feet, keep your knees slightly bent, roll all the way back up to standing. Good. Inhale, bring your arms all the way up. This time as your hands connect together, you might not be able to see me, but I'm going to bring my hands together, but palms facing out, and I'm going to lift right up through the arms here. Good. Next exhalation, we'll come into a side bend. Breathing in, come back to center. Breathing out, other side. We'll do this 1 more time each side. Inhale back to center and exhale, a nice side stretch to the other side. Okay, breathing in, come back to center, breathing out, down in front. If you can, keep your palms facing out, give it a little stretch there and slowly release and we'll come all the way down. Release your arms. And on the inhale, come all the way back up. Arms reaching up. And exhale to release. Good. This time we're going to connect the hands behind us. If you want to use a belt for this one, feel free to have your hands a little bit wider on a belt. We're going to connect the hands. We're going to come into that shoulder opener. We're going to pull the arms gently away as much as you can. And again, if the hands tend to slip, you might want to hold on to a belt here. Okay. When you're ready, we're going to exhale, come over, half or 3/4 forward bend, reaching up through the arms, keeping that neck in line with your spine. Knees can be slightly bent here, holding for one more breath. And on your next breath in, slowly come back up, releasing your arms. Bring your arms all the way back up. And exhale, release your arms all the way back down. Good. Inhale, arms reaching up. Exhale, folding into your forward bend. On your inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, we're going to step back this time with the right leg and we're going to come into a lunge. We're going to lower the right leg down. And we're just doing a little bit of movement here in the hips. This will help loosen up. If you like to start more in an upright position, go for it. Okay. Helping to loosen up those hips. And especially feeling that opening, that stretch when you bring your hip down. Okay. We're going to come up. So everybody, if you want to come up, inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, we're going to go down. If you need support, use a couple blocks on either side of your hands to come into this pose. We're going to move into a twist. So we're going to keep with the left foot forward. We're going to keep the right hand down and bring the left hand to your lower back. Look to the left. Pausing here for another breath. And then as you exhale, release. Come up through that back leg for a moment. Push back with your heel. Good work. And then we're going to release again. Bring that knee down and coming back up. Okay, for this one, you might want to work with a bit of support. You can use blocks on either side to balance here. I've got the wall if I need to. We're going to straighten out through this front leg. So that's it. And we're going to come forward. Okay, gently over that leg. Try not to hyperextend or lock your knee. Keep it open. Find your place here, opening the backs of that leg. One more breath here. If it feels good, you can also try reaching, coming down with your upper body over that leg, but that can be, it's a work in progress, right? So find your place. Okay, from this pose, we're going to release and we're going to come forward again. This time, what I'm going to do with this back leg, the back foot, I'm just going to turn it to the side, come upright so that I'm ready for this gate position. So foot up, bringing your right arm straight up and over into a lovely side bend. Pausing here for a breath or two. Good. On your next exhale, release. And we're going to bring this back leg in. Okay. Or side leg in. And we're going to bring the opposite leg out. So it's the right leg now coming out, coming into that gate pose, finding the alignment through your hips. We're gonna lift the left arm up and come over slightly. Pausing here for a few breaths. Good. One more breath. On your exhalation, release your arm. Come out of gate pose. We're going to bring this foot up and we're going to turn the foot to the side. The other leg, you come over a little bit. You can just turn that leg straight out back into your lunge pose. Okay. So we're doing the lunge now with the right foot forward. Okay. Back and forth a few times with your hips. Good. On your next breath in, reach your arms up. And on your next breath out, come over into your twist. So we'll keep the left hand down with the right foot forward. We're going to bring our right hand to the low back. Pausing here. Of course, if you want to go deeper with this twist, you can lift your arms straight up. And then we'll slowly release. We're going to come back with our arms, come up in an upright position. Bring that leg straight out. If you need support, you could use blocks on either side of your hips here to hold on to. If you've got the wall right there, you can balance with the wall. And then we'll come over. Okay. And if it feels okay, you can come right over with your arms. Again, I'll show you with those blocks what I mean. So it could be like this. Okay, put the blocks there. And pulling the hips back gently. One more breath here. And we're going to bend that knee again, come back into the lunge. This time lifting up your back knee, trying out that full lunge. Good. Holding for one more breath. Okay, from this pose, we are going to move back with that front leg and come into downward dog for a moment. So lifting up through your hips, stretching up with your arms and your back. Opening, you can walk your legs out a little bit from side to side if you need to modify this one. You can come into the half dog. Breath here. Okay. From downward facing dog, we're going to bring the body forward into a plank. You can drop down on your knees, find your alignment here. And from half plank or full plank, you'll lower your knees down if you're in full. Come back with your hips in child's pose. And breathing in, come back to half plank. This time, we're going to bend the elbows lower down onto the belly. Okay, and for here, we will find some ways to open our body with a gentle back bend. First thing we're going to do is just reach your arms straight out in front of you. Okay, you can come up onto your fingertips, lift your wrists, walk your hands out, fingertips out a little bit here. Good. I'm just feeling that nice stretch in your shoulders and your back. And then we're going to slide the arms in and we'll find our place in the Sphinx. And we'll open the whole spine with a little chin lift. Making sure this feels okay for your lower back. You want to be right on the front of your pelvis here. You can stay here, or for the last little stage here, we're going to bring hands underneath the shoulders, elbows in at your sides. Inhale, lift into the cobra. We're lifting using our core strength. Our abdominal muscles help us to lift off the mat. On the exhale, come back down. On the inhale, rising up. And on the exhale, flow back down. So flowing up and down with lots of, feeling of just a graceful movement here. We'll do 2 more breaths. This time as you exhale, come down. You can rest for a moment, release. We're going to bend the left leg and see if we can reach for that foot behind. With the other arm, you can reach it straight out in front. That's one option. Keep your head down. You can always try the belt here around your foot if it's tricky to reach. You can also bring your arm propped up right in front of you to help open your upper body. You're coming off the mat with support here with your arm propping you up. Stay here for 2 more breaths. And again, another option here. You can always come onto your side. Okay, keep your head down, resting on your arm. Okay. Find your place. Two more breaths. At the end of your exhalation, release your leg. Reach both arms straight out in front of you. Again, bring your head down. And we're going to try the other side. You can start with just reaching back for your foot. Pausing here for a few breaths. Okay, making sure that you're helping your breath stay that nice, slow, steady rhythm. Nice long exhalation, helping your body to release deeper. And if you want, you can come up. We're doing a half upward bow pose. So the full pose, of course, is when we are reaching back with both hands for both feet. So, but online here, it's hard for me to know what level you're at. So I'd like to offer all different ways, stages, depending on how you feel, right? If you want to do the full pose, if it's part of your practice, it's wonderfully energizing for your whole body. But it's got to feel good for your lower back. Okay, at the end of your next exhale, you can slowly release. Reach those arms out again. And you might even lift one leg and pull back with that leg. Then do the same on the other side. Lift that leg, pull back. Find your point right at the front of your pelvis to balance here on. Lift both legs up. You can also lift your head here and maybe even your arms. It's the locust position. And pause, breathe here, or come up and down. I'm just coming slightly off the floor, right? A really wonderful way to strengthen. Okay, this time as you exhale, release. We're going to prepare to come off the belly. So if you want to slide your hands underneath your shoulders, curl your toes under, push with your hands into your mat, and slowly sink back into your child's pose. It's a wonderful counter stretch, counter pose for the back bending that we were doing. So we'll feel your lower back sink. You can rock a bit from side to side with your body, with your hips. Okay. And stay here for 2 more breaths. And then your next inhale, slowly rise back up in table position. Knees underneath hips, hands underneath shoulders. On your next inhale, lift your chin, look forward. On your next exhale, round your back, lift your belly, let your chin come in towards your chest. Flow here for 2 more breaths. All right, then we're going to slowly release. We're going to come back to downward facing dog. Curl your toes under, lift through your hips. And from downward dog, we're going to try the pigeon pose. Okay, so I'm going to show you one way to do this. If you'd like to, you can even lift that right leg up. We're going to pull it forward in between the hands, slide. The foot will be over to the left, and your right knee will be towards your right hand. It's a really awesome hip opener, but again, do what feels good. If it feels really tense and tight, I'm going to show you another way to come into this pose, okay? I'm just going to finish off with some variations here. If you'd like, you can bring your upper body down, rest your head on something, and reach out through your arms. Okay, if you're not finding that to be a position that's available for today, you can always come onto your back and cross your ankle over your thigh. And try looping your hands behind your left leg. Or even just keeping that foot down and seeing where the hips are here. Okay, but we'll stay in pigeon in this version, or the reclined version on the back for a few more breaths. As you gently rock side to side, try to find that center point where both hips feel aligned and balanced. Okay, to prepare to come out of this one, push into your hands and curl your back toes under. Come back to downward facing dog. Okay. Lift up through your left leg, knee to chest. Slide that knee forward with the foot out to the right side. So your knee is towards just kind of in front of your hip here. This is my left leg. My left foot is over to the right. Okay, I don't know if you can see me as well here. Okay, I just want to make sure you're all in the right position right here, okay? All right. Good. Okay, if you want to come down, you can come down. Rock your hips. You might find a big difference from side to side in your hips here. And just pause and breathe. Lengthen out through those exhalations so that you're finding more release into the pose. All right, when you're ready, we're going to start to come out. We're going to slide hands underneath the shoulders. Press back up. We can just come on to the left hip if you're in this position and come to a seated position. Okay, bring both feet together. If you were on your back in the reclined version, you can do this pose on your back too. It's the butterfly, bringing the soles of your feet together. A little movement here with up and down with your legs. Okay. If you need to, a little lift underneath your hips, but let's also use bring your hands to your ankles, pull your elbows back, come forward slightly. Keeping your spine nice and long here. You can also slide your feet out a little bit more. You can start to lower down if that feels good. I always like to support my head in these forward bends. I find it very soothing and helps relax the neck. Okay. Making sure to release other places like your jaw. Your hands, arms, shoulders. And then slowly we're gonna rise up. So you can use your hands on your legs for support, coming back up. All right. And we're going to, you can slide your hips forward and keep those feet together for a moment, knees wide, coming down onto your elbows and then lowering down onto your back. I'll try out the reclined version for a few breaths. It's always nice to put a little support underneath those legs if you have. You can place your hands on your side ribs and feeling your ribs expand with the inhale. Feel your ribs release with your exhale. And stay here for 2 more breaths. And at the end of this exhale, you can take your hands to the outsides of your thighs and slowly push your legs back together. I'm going to bring the left knee in. Do a few rolls through your ankle, flexing and pointing your foot. And then we'll switch and we'll bring the other leg in, rolling through your ankle, flexing and pointing your foot. And then we'll keep that right knee in. We'll bring the left knee in too. Pausing here for a few breaths. You might notice in this position with a slower, deeper breath that on the inhale, your knees move away. And on the exhale, the knees come back in. And just allowing for that for 1 more breath. Okay, this time widening your legs apart again, your knees come apart, reach between your legs for your ankles, your feet. And we'll lift up through the feet into happy baby pose. Keep those knees wide, the feet lift up. You can find a hold, whatever works for you to hold onto your legs here. I like to wrap my first 2 fingers around my big toes. You can stretch out through one leg. You can bring the other foot down a little bit and then alternate other sides. Stretch out. Do this a couple more times each side. And then release, come back to center. Bring the knees in, so just bring your hands towards onto the outer thighs to bring those knees back together in towards your chest. Slowly lower your feet down to the floor. Bring your feet fairly close in towards your hips. Reach your arms down, plant your feet, and slowly rise up through your hips into bridge pose. On your exhalation, come down bone by bone through your spine. And just roll a few more times, a nice flowing dynamic bridge. Inhaling on the way up, exhaling on the way down. And when you come up a little bit higher, you can use this pose to push on your shoulders, push them down away from the ears. You're using your legs and feet to do that. And it helps to lengthen your neck. Getting lots of space there. Chin comes down just naturally. As you exhale, slowly release. Okay. Inhale, pause in the bridge again. So we're going to hold it this time. Push a little bit more into the tops of the shoulders. Find that edge there. And slowly release down. Bring your arms up to the sides. With your knees still bent, feet on the floor, have your feet together or your feet wide apart. It's up to you for this one. We're going to flow the legs back and forth a few times, side to side. You can also move your head in the opposite direction to your legs. Moving with your breath, inhaling, centering, exhaling, lowering your legs to one side. Keeping both shoulders down. Okay, and this time when you come back to center, if you want to bring your legs right together, feet together, and then drop your legs over to the side and come into that twist. Use your hand on that side to pull that top leg down a bit more. Pause, release your opposite shoulder here down. Staying here for about 3 more breaths. On the next inhale, we'll slowly come back to center. And on the exhale, with your legs together, drop them over to that other side. Turn your head to the other side. You can use your hand there to pull your leg down. Whatever feels right. Do what feels good. I'll stay for one more breath on this side. The next time you inhale, come back to center. Okay. Readjust through your spine. So one more bridge pose. Plant your feet, lift your hips, and roll back down. This time coming into Shavasana. So we'll come into our alignment here, whatever it is. Maybe you like to work with props underneath your legs. That helps to settle your lower back down. And you could reach your arms out with your palms facing up. Find what works for you. Find what feels good. Let your body relax. And we're relaxing everywhere. Might rock your head a little bit from side to side. And find that center point to position your head. Let the weight of your head sink down. Release your jaw. You might even open your mouth and just to feel that opening instead of any tightening or clenching. And then just soften through your jaw. Keep the teeth apart, the lips can soften together. Feel all the muscles of your face soften. Your cheeks, your eyes, your forehead. And let that relaxation spread through your whole face, down your neck, shoulders, down the right arm to the hand, and down the left arm to your hand. Coming back up to the shoulders, down the right side of your torso, from the right shoulder to the right hip. Just bringing that awareness to those places. Front and back and side, right side. And then bring more awareness to the left side of your torso, from the shoulder to your hip, the front of the side, the back, and right through the outside of your body there on the left side. Bring awareness to your hips, to the front, back, sides, right hip, the right leg to your knee, to your ankle, to your foot. And then on your left side, from your left hip down to your knee, down to your ankle, right through your foot. Feeling both feet. Noticing sensations in both feet. Noticing sensation in both legs and feet. Right and left. Coming up through your whole upper body. The right side. The left side. Feel both sides of your body together. And then find that central place right in the middle, right through the center of your torso, from the root, through the belly, to the heart, to the throat, to the center of your forehead, and to the crown of your head. Feel that central line, that central channel. And soften everywhere. While we're in this space, fully relaxed and fully present, we'll set an intention for the rest of our day. Is there something you're working with today? Some quality that we need to cultivate, perhaps just to make our day go a little bit easier. Could be patience, kindness, compassion, or just simply love. Taking one last deeper breath in and sigh it out with a Wiggle your toes and your fingers. And maybe coming into a stretch, opening your whole body up here, maybe with a full body stretch. And when you're ready, you can bend your knees again. And we'll slowly transition. So take your time and do it again. You can continue here with your practice. If you have more time, you want to do a few more things, don't let me stop you. Okay. And you're ready to come up slowly. Taking a moment to help your body integrate. And bring hands together. And finding that central channel that comes from the root to the crown. And thank you so much for joining me today. Namaste. I hope you have a wonderful day, and we'll see you again soon.